I am back. I am back once again. What does that mean? When I say I'm back, it has double meanings. I'm back to the act of filming after a long break, a break of over 1 month. The last time I filmed was last month, 10th of April, and today is 13th of May 2024, by the way, the year. So that means it has been over a month that I didn't film at all. I just totally didn't touch my camera. And second meaning of the phrase I'm back to this place, very place, after a long time. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months after. The very place where I started my filming journey from. So I'm back to the act of filming and to this very place, the historic place, right there. Quite significant for Bangladesh, inseparable part of the history, the birth of this nation. And the man behind the camera, here I am. Who is back now. How could it be possible that I just didn't film for over a month? What kind of filmmaker are you, man? This break could have been even longer. But I'm glad, I'm grateful that I'm being able to be back, and I am back. So I started my film, and it is going to continue until I finish it up. In other words, it's an uncut film as usual, my way of filming. You might be wondering why I didn't come to this very place for this long time. I mean, 3 months, 4 months. I'm so bad at counting days and months and years, so it's been long, so long. I used to come here frequently. In the recent past, But then I stopped coming here, and there is a reason. Let me try to tell you the reason as convincingly as possible. And this is the loophole. Remember, I did one film explaining what loophole is all about, metaphorically speaking. So the reason why I stopped visiting this place is all these grapes. In many of my films, I shot this entire place as wholesomely as possible. And this is the burial ground, cemetery. As you can see, thousands and thousands of people are having their final rest in this place. That's the reason I kind of lost my spirit to come here, because this place makes me depressed every time I come here. And interestingly, it doesn't depress me when I'm filming. I mean, in real time. When I'm visiting the place, I'm physically present. I'm okay. Just like now, I'm doing fine. But once I get home back, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. This place begins to haunt me in the middle of night. All these people buried under the ground, none of whom I know at all. I'm not supposed to know any of them. I was not. And they keep coming back to my thoughts, whoever they are. So now I'm fine. But I don't feel okay once I'm back home in my safe place, comfort zone. I don't know why the thought of this graveyard, this burial ground, or the very thought of death keeps haunting me. That's basically the reason why I chose not to visit this place again. So after these many months, I can see some new grapes like this. Oh, I can't believe I'm filming. Newly dug up graves, waiting to accommodate some new people. The forest is thicker now. and these are smaller grapes, meaning these are the children's ones. Ah, look at this size of this grape. I don't want to point my camera at the uh, nameplate, but it says he was born in 2022 and died in 2022, the same year. Heavily burdened relatives and family members of this deceased people I hope now it makes sense why just what I said a little earlier, that for me sometimes it feels difficult to handle this experience of visiting these burial grounds. হ্যাঁ,
প্যারানরমাল ইনভেস্টিগেটর নাকি?
না 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 ওরকম কিছু না।
আসলে আপনার হাতে যন্ত্রটা দেখে আমি এটা ভাবলাম।
আচ্ছা, না ওইরকম না, প্যারানর্মাল ইনভেস্টিগেটর না হলেও প্যারানর্মাল ঘটনা ঘটবে, ঘটে তো।
কোথায়?
প্যারানর্মাল মানে ওইটা আপনার বা আমার কনসেন্টের অপেক্ষায় বসে থাকবে না, ওটা দ্যাট উইল হ্যাপেন।
হাতে যন্ত্রটা কি এটা?
এটা ফিল্মিং হচ্ছে, আপনাকে আপনাকে তুললে সমস্যা নেই তো?
হ্যাঁ?
আপনাকে তুললে সমস্যা নেই তো?
না না না।
রেকর্ডিং হচ্ছে ক্যামেরা,
আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ড।
এই আর কি। আপনার কেউ আছেন নাকি এখানে?
আমার মেজো কাকার কবর, উনি করোনায় মারা গেছিলেন।
ও 2020-এ না?
হ্যাঁ 20-এ।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, ভালো থাকুন। হ্যাঁ,
ওকে ভাই, আসসালামু আলাইকুম।
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম। There was an interesting inquiry investigative. He wanted to know if I am some kind of paranormal investigator. Look at that. Look at that. Those newly dug up graves. The reason, and those grapes are freshly done. They died quite recently, I can tell. Very recently, maybe yesterday or day before yesterday. But these bars are so alive. Alive forever, as if. Such a place for me to handle. I mean, it's been long. Just like I said, I came here after a long break, and this place is just 20 minutes walk away from my apartment. So quiet, so calm, and that's the bright side of this place. The audio quality is much better here every time I film. There's a security personnel. The only dark side.
ভাই ভিডিও করা নিষেধ জায়গায়।
হ্যাঁ,
ভিডিও করা নিষেধ।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, অসুবিধা নেই। The only dark side of this place is the feeling, the sense of mortality, the death, the graves. Come on, This is graveyard, and that's what you are expected to see, expected to encounter. Oh. এই কেমন আছো?
ভালো ওকে
কাকে দেখতে এসছো এখানে?
এই আমি ঘুরতে এলাম
ও, তোমাদের কোনো কবর নাই না?
রাস্তা আছে ছোট রাস্তা খবর
ছোট ভাইস্তার বয়স কত?
এই এই হইয়া এক মাস ছিল
মাত্র 1 মাস?
হ্যাঁ।
1 মাস বয়সে?
হ্যাঁ।
আহা, কতদিন আগে?
হ্যাঁ আমি জানি না অনেক আগে
অনেক আগে। এখানে এলে ভয় লাগে না?
না না
ভালো লাগে?
হ্যাঁ
ভয় লাগে না, ভালো লাগে বরং? আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। বাতাস।
আমরা তো কিছু থাকে না ফেরেশতারা থাকে
গোরস্থানে ফেরেশতারা থাকে, তাই না?
হ্যাঁ
কে বলেছে?
কি বলছে এই যে হুজুর গদার
আচ্ছা, তুমি ফেরেশতা দেখেছো?
না
দেখো নাই, কিন্তু থাকে, ওদেরকে বোধহয় দেখা যায় না।
হুম
ফেরেশতা মানে কি? ইংরেজিতে বলে এঞ্জেল।
হ্যাঁ ইঞ্জিন
কিসে পড়ো তুমি?
5 এ
তুমি কিসে পড়ো?
আমি 5 এ
5। ও, বন্ধু তোমরা?
হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, ঘুরতে থাকো, ভালো থেকো। হ্যাঁ, a mini interview. Well, anyway, let me come to the topic that I intended to actually address today. While breaking my break, long break, breaking the break. Huh. And I feel the need to talk about it. I feel the need, the urge to address this topic because I'm sure you, any of you, if anyone is watching right now, hello. I'm not expecting any of you to be with me right now watching whatever I'm showing, unwatchable. But the topic is why I never unfriend anyone. And when I use the word unfriend, are you not familiar with this word or concept or practice quite much? I'm sure you are. We're living in an era, this social media, to be more specific, Facebook. By the way, I make my films keeping the future in my mind, a long distant future, maybe 100 years from now. So 100 years from now, will there be something called Facebook? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe something else, same kind of thing, but in different name. But the point is, in today's world, that's the entrance of this graveyard. So let me get back. I'm trying not to disrupt this people's space who are approaching very dark, sad, mourning state right now, I'm sure. Hello again. So Facebook, let's say, Facebook is a concept, a social media concept, and we call the practices of friending someone, unfriending someone, this and that, which have been more acquainted to us by this social media, Facebook. Point is, when there was no Facebook, or let's say when there will be no Facebook or anything like this, still the concept of friending, befriending someone and unfriending someone be there. It has always been there. It was there. ever since human beings, more than one human being, are living on the face of this planet Earth. The point is, again, uh, why we choose to unfriend someone who was a friend once upon a time, accidentally, incidentally, uh, whatever way it is. But then we unfriend the person. Let's say in social media, let's say in real life. I am unfriending you. That means I have chosen not to talk to you anymore, not to see you anymore, not to think about you anymore in positive way. And why is me who doesn't believe in unfriending anyone? That's the topic I'm trying to discuss about. Again, those grapes, the fresh ones and the dogged up ones, recently buried. Anyway, I shouldn't get off the topic. Now, why do we unfriend someone? Because let's say I find that person unfriendly or unfriendable or not quite friendly or friendable. I'm not sure if there is such a word, but let me invent a word: friendable, unfriendable, befriendable. Now, when that's the case, when I find you not quite friendly, quite positive, quite like-minded, like-spirited, then what I do, I choose to unfriend you by one single click. Or in real life, apart from Facebook, I just wipe you off from my mind, from my memory. My question is, does this practice give us anything good, anything positive, anything that actually can build us up? I would say no, it doesn't, which is why I the sun is going to set soon. Which is why I am not a believer in this practice. What is going on? Another grave of this size. 2024. This baby was born and dead on the same year, in this current year. Now, unfriending someone to me is kind of, it doesn't feel to me quite wise, smart. It doesn't feel to me this practice doesn't feel to me anything insightful, thoughtful. It is not a sign of wisdom. Let me tell you why. See, because I find you not quite friendly, I find you not quite tuned up with my philosophy, my way of thinking, my way of viewing the world and people and society and everything, uh, or let's say I find you toxic, okay? A very common phrase or word or concept, toxic. Like, come on, have you not heard it in your life that, oh, I found him or her toxic, abusive? So what should I do now if I find someone toxic or abusive? Just go and do one click, press the unfriend button, and you're done. Now you have accomplished something so great. For me, I never see it as a solution. It is not a solution. It cannot be a solution. It is far away from solution. It is actually part of the problem. I mean, it is making this practice of unfriending someone is making the fact even more obvious about you that you are the problem, part of the problem. You are problematic yourself. How to explain it? If let's say anybody, I find him or her not quite pleasant, okay, not quite pleasant because he or she is not quite pleasing to me, to my taste, to my views, to my philosophy, my taste and my spirit. None of that can tolerate the person. And toxicity, toxin, I find toxin in that person's behavior, words, the way he or she interacts with me, the way he or she, let's say, I feel like they're not evaluating me enough, rather devaluating me. They're not honoring me, rather dishonoring me. So what's the solution? Go and press the unfriend button. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that because to me that is actually escaping the truth, the reality that I'm the one who is not strong enough, powerful enough, tolerant enough, patient enough to handle that person whom I found intolerable or unpleasing, negative, toxic, abusive, manipulative, this and that. Okay? Chirping of the bird. Where is she? She just demonstrated her existence somewhere by the verbal, by making the noise. And I'm surrounded by, again, grapes everywhere, all around me. I'm in this narrow path right here. I hope you can hear the chirping of the birds in the background. Going back to the topic, no, I'm not slipping off the topic, I can assure you. Unfriending someone. Let's say, now let me take it to some broader aspect, okay? Let's say my name is Russia and her name or his name is Ukraine. Or what about my name is Israel, her name or his name is Palestine. Or I'm Palestine, you are Israel, I'm Ukraine, you're Russia, and we cannot like each other. We find each other dishonoring, unpleasant, and unpleasing, and toxic, abusive, all the negative stuff. Now, what I decide, what I choose, I go to press the unfriend button. I think that's the solution. Isn't that what is happening in the world right now? Russia, Ukraine, they are unfriended with each other. They were friends once upon a time, maybe, and now they're not friends anymore, so clearly. Israel and Palestine, they're not friends of each other, with each other anymore. They pressed the unfriend button. They thought that is the solution. But the fact is that's not the solution. How stupid we are, the people of this world. Coming back to this personal level, I find you annoying. So, since I want to live in peace and I don't like to be annoyed, I don't want to be annoyed, I don't want to be disturbed, I choose to press the button and I unfriend you. Unfriend you forever. See, the title of this video right now I'm thinking is going to be why I never unfriend anyone. And I would emphasize on the word never, typing it up in uppercase letter, in block letters. I'm a 40 years old man. I am approaching 41 this November. So, a middle-aged man, my life experience of 40 years, little bit of wisdom. I just cannot and I can never unfriend anyone anymore, even though I know these people are not quite friendly to me. Probably they will never be friendly towards me, and maybe they're even enemies of mine, in secretly or openly. So should I let my mind dictate me that, hey, show up, go, press the button, unfriend them. That's the solution. Hey, you are very smart, man. You are so smart when you unfriend them. You are not that smart when you are not unfriending them. You are letting these unfriendly people stay in your friends list. So I'm using the reference of Facebook just as an analogy. Friends list. In every once of our life, we find many of them who are already in that list, not friendly anymore at some point of our life. Once we get to realize it, once we get to find out or figure out their negative activities or worse, behaviors, treatments towards us, we decide to kick them out of our friends list. Go unfriend them. Now, why I don't want to unfriend them? Because I want to grow. I have to grow. I have to evolve as a human being, and this unfriendly, toxic, abusive, unpleasant people are the most necessary ones for me to grow up and to evolve as a better human being. That's why I cannot even think of unfriending them, pressing the button. They're unfriendly to me, they're hostile towards me. But I consider them, I regard them as someone so necessary than those who are friendly to me. So, are you following me? Are you getting my point? Those people who are friendly to me are less necessary to me than those of you who are so unfriendly to me, secretly or openly, because you are the ones to whom I'm grateful. I am each day, every day, I can hope to grow up and evolve, handling or dealing with your toxicity, so-called toxin. Actually, I don't find any of your behaviors and words toxic anymore. I find no toxin in your words or behavior. When I find toxin in your words and behavior, so-called toxin, actually those are blessings for me. I find that toxin kind of necessary for my evolution as a human being. Look, when you are the one intolerable in my friends list, again, the analogy of Facebook, actually in our real life, then you are the one who is teaching me, who can teach me how to tolerate someone who is intolerable. Are you getting my point? Of course you did. And I'm sorry that I have to repeat it over and over again, because I'm having a monologue here. It's not for you, it's for me. I'm just documenting my thoughts on this live uncut film. How could I exercise the quality of patience if I don't keep people who really demand patience from me by their behavior and actions, their words? They're being hostile towards me, they're being nasty towards me. Actually, you are the people way more welcome to me than those people who are always being sweet and nice and good. That's how I view this world, this stage. If our life is a drama, then this world is the stage, this famous quotation. And on the stage, those actors and actresses who are playing the villain roles are the actual heroes to me. So that's the reason why I never unfriend anyone. I actually let it stay in my life, and I feel grateful. I feel grateful that you are staying in my life, or let's say in my friends list, analogically speaking, even when you are not my friends, you are not friendly to me, but you're staying in my life, in my network, because you are the ones who are uh, giving me the lessons how to deal with you and exercise those qualities of patience and tolerance, toleration. I know these are the same words, tolerance and toleration, but again, I I felt like I should say them both. And you are very much needed in my life, and I'm so grateful, thankful to you. So no, I'm not going to unfriend you. And those one of you who unfriended me at some point of your life because you found me annoying, toxic, unpleasant, uh, mm, not quite like-minded, and so you went to go press the unfriend button in Facebook or real life, I feel sorry for you. Because you have lost the opportunity to exercise those qualities of patience and uh, tolerance, compassion. So no, uh, in this film, all I've tried to explain or elucidate is that I don't unfriend anyone in my life, virtual or real, and I actually let those unfriendly ones be in my so-called friends list, or in other words, in my life. I'm grateful to you all. If you wonder where I got the spirit from, surely I would say some names, all of you have heard of them. The names which you have heard always. I mean, anyway, when I was when I was going to utter the names that inspired me to have this spirit, I all of a sudden absent-mindedly just paid my attention to those nameplates and found one or two names, female names, so beautiful names, and such a beautiful name that I mean, a name like that, a person with such a name shouldn't die. Such a weird feeling. If a girl with such a beautiful, meaningful name cannot die, shouldn't die, doesn't deserve to die in this young age. I mean, I just saw the date of birth and the year of birth and death, and she's young, pretty younger than I am. Again, in the beginning, I was saying the reason why I nowadays choose not to come here. I love to be here, but I don't love to be here at the same time. So I shouldn't forget the names who haven't and hasn't, plural and singular number, heard the name of Jesus Christ. You all heard his name, his teachings maybe even, or Buddha, In native Bangla, we pronounce same as Buddha in English phonetics. Sri Krishna. Aren't they enough? These 2 or 3 names, these characters, even if not real, if you are an atheist and you don't want to take them as real characters in flesh and blood, even if they are mythological mythical character, their teachings aren't they worth your attention? So I'm on that path for years, some years, and how can I deny it? Anyway, I don't unfriend you. I never unfriend any of you, and I will never unfriend any of you. You're most welcome to stay in my life, being unfriendly, hostile, or even my enemies. My enemies are real blessings to me. And that's enough rambling for me to wrap it up this film. I once again, I'm thankful to you all, those of you who don't like me, let alone love me, and hate me, despise me, detest me, cannot tolerate me, and cannot deal with me. You are so important in my life, and I regard you as blessings for me, for my growth. Love you all.